I very much agree with the idea that you want to make sure that whatever you're teaching, both in math and science, by the way, well, I think whatever you're teaching, this is true in English and writing and history and everything else, ought to be connected to the real world. But you're right, mathematics often is taught very abstractly and out of context. And the kids who sort of see it sort of wonder, scratch their heads and think, why is it we're learning all of this crazy stuff? So I do think you need to make sure that there's enough real-world application involved and sort of blended in with the curriculum so that the kids have some motivation and they feel it's interesting. And on the other hand, having said that, I do think that you have to also be practical here. Teaching modeling, for example, teaching mathematical models or teaching real applications of mathematics is very, very hard. And if you're teaching in a school where the kids are sort of struggling and I guess I'm partly thinking in New York City, which isn't the case in Maine, but you have comparable things in Maine where you have a school where, lots of the kids are coming from homes where they don't get very much support, and the idea that you're going to sort of toss out the whole curriculum, the whole mathematics curriculum, and try to replace it with a lot of modeling and real-world applications is just not practical. And as I talk to many of these master craftsmen teachers, they confirm this, that there's just no way that you would sort of toss out the curriculum and do that. And there's a second part to this, and that this I really believe. So this is going to sound very old-fashioned, and I apologize for that. But partly you learn mathematics in order to learn how to think. That's a 200-year-old idea, but it's a good idea. Just because it's old doesn't mean it's wrong. I mean, it's the truth is mathematics teaches you how to reason and how to analyze things, and those analytical skills are really important for the real world. So partly you learn mathematics to do that, to learn how to think, and that requires learning little bits and pieces that are sometimes abstract and that fit together. You just want to make sure that you mix that up a little bit with enough applications, so it's important. So it's a balancing act here. But I don't. So now I'll finally go back. I'm sorry, I sound like a broken record here, but the thing is, it is a balancing act. You have to make sure that you have some applications, that you have some stuff that motivates the kids, but that you also have some stuff that's a little bit abstract and that's teaching kids how to think. The people that are best able to figure out how to balance in an individual situation are great teachers. Without really competent teachers who know the subject, who know what's important and what's not, and who know how to reach into a grab bag of ideas and clever examples, you can't do that balancing act. A textbook isn't going to be good enough to do that. So the basis here is great teachers.